two cities, same county, about 12 miles apart. One of them has a real downtown and the other one does not. The one without the downtown cost about $340,000 more. If you're weighing Costa Mesa against Orange, that's the city of Orange, not the county. That's the short version. And the rest of this video is why, and whether that extra money is buying you what you think it is. I'm Christine Donovan, a real estate broker and a practicing attorney, 4th generation in real estate, 3rd generation in coastal Orange County. I grew up in Newport Beach and I've lived in Costa Mesa for more than 30 years. I also lived in the city of Orange, briefly. I was very young, and I'll get to that because it's still one of my favorite stories about my sister and me. Let's start here because people get this wrong constantly. Costa Mesa is not a beach city. It does not have a beach. It borders Newport on one side and Huntington on the other, and the water is just a few minutes away depending on where you start in the city. That proximity is most of what you're paying for. Orange sits inland and north, roughly 12 miles from Costa Mesa. The ocean influence does reach inland, but it weakens along the way, and it shows up later in the day. Afternoons in Orange run hotter, and in August, you feel every one of those miles. Same county, different daily life. Orange has something that Costa Mesa never had. I lived in Orange for less than a year when I was small. I don't remember the house. I couldn't find the street today if you paid me. What I do remember is one Christmas morning when my sister Colleen and I could not get our mother to wake up. We tried, we gave up, and then we opened all of our presents. Mom was not happy, to say the least. It's still one of my favorite stories, though now that I'm a parent, I feel bad about it because she missed that morning and you don't get those days back. My memories of living in Orange amount to one incident and no address. But I've been back many times since, as a teenager, as an adult, and as somebody who likes antique malls. Here's what Orange has that Costa Mesa doesn't. A downtown, a real one. The center of it is a traffic circle where Gliselle and Chapman cross. Everybody calls it the Orange Circle. That isn't the real name. It's actually called Plaza Park, but I've never called it that, and I don't know anyone who does. It's been there since 1886, original layout, fountain in the middle. If you've never driven a roundabout, and most California drivers haven't, you'll approach it with some trepidation. Everyone does the first time. Around that circle is Old Towne. The city calls it the largest nationally registered historic district in California. Preserved buildings, restaurants, boutiques, and antique stores. Most of them clustered on South Gliselle within a couple of blocks of each other. You park once and you just walk. The antique stores are the reason the district is still standing. Old Towne had declined through the 60s and the 70s when retail left for the malls. Antique dealers moved in during the 80s and brought it back. They keep daytime hours, most are closed by around 5 o'clock. The restaurants carry the evening, and Chapman University sits at the edge of the district, which is part of why those blocks don't go dark at 6. Question for the comments. When you picture where you want to live, do you picture a downtown you can walk to, or do you picture the water? Not both, pick one. I want to see how this splits. Costa Mesa doesn't have a downtown, and it never has. It has areas, and each one is its own thing. On the east side, part of 17th Street is walkable. Restaurants, coffee shops, it's the stretch that sits closest to Newport Beach. The west side is a different animal, surf and skate culture. Industrial and manufacturing buildings mixed in among the houses, and some properties with ocean or river views. You can pick up the Santa Ana River Trail and ride to the beach. South Coast Metro, over near Bristol, is South Coast Plaza and Segerstrom, plus the lab and the camp. Mesa Verde is the quieter one. Bigger lots, bigger homes, some backing the golf course or looking over Fairview Park. New construction is happening across all of them, not one neighborhood, all of them. Each area has its own personality, none of them is a downtown. You drive between them, and if a walkable historic center is at the top of your list, Costa Mesa is going to disappoint you. Both cities have events that pull people in. Orange has the International Street Fair over Labor Day weekend and a farmers and artisans market in the plaza on Saturdays. Costa Mesa has the Orange County Fair at the fairgrounds every summer, which runs for weeks rather than days. Neither one takes over your life. Both are worth knowing about if you're buying within a few blocks of them. Here's where the two cities separate. These are closed sales over the last 12 months. Medians, not averages, condos, single families, and townhomes together. Costa Mesa's median sales price was $1.49 million across 562 sales. Orange, by comparison, was $1,150,000 across 885 sales. That's a gap of about $340,000. Costa Mesa runs roughly 30% higher. Medians move, these are the last 12 months, and by the time you watch this, they will shift it again. The direction has held all year. The assumption is that inland buys you more house. The numbers say otherwise. Median square footage in Costa Mesa is about 1,655 square feet. In Orange, it's 1,683. Orange is bigger by about 28 square feet when it comes to the median square footage. That's a coat closet. Median lot size is 6,900 square feet in Costa Mesa and 7,755 in Orange. So Orange lots do run about 12% larger. Median year built is 1965 in Costa Mesa and 1970 in Orange. You're not getting more house in Orange, you're getting the same size house from the same era on a somewhat larger lot for about $340,000 less. The difference isn't square footage, it's 12 miles. One caution on that year built number because a citywide median hides things. 1970 is the middle of the entire city of Orange, and Orange is big. Old Town itself is much older, turn of the century housing, craftsman bungalows, homes built when the district was laid out. If Old Town is what drew you to Orange, you aren't shopping the median. You're shopping an older, smaller, more expensive slice of it, and it prices differently than the city as a whole. Costa Mesa has its own range, older homes, post-war tracks, heavy remodels, and new construction in every neighborhood. The median doesn't tell you which of those you are standing in. If you're weighing these two seriously, I put together a free Costa Mesa relocation guide, the neighborhoods, what each is like, and what to look at before you commit. The link is in the description. There's a second way to look at the gap, and it doesn't say the same thing. Median price per square foot is about $885 in Costa Mesa and about $633 in Orange. Don't try to reconcile that percentage against the price gap I gave you a minute ago. They won't match. Median price, median size, median price per square foot are three separate calculations run on three different sets of properties. Any agent who hands you all three and tells you the math lines up isn't paying attention. On its own, it says one thing: you pay substantially more per square foot to be closer to the water. Not every statistic deserves your attention. Days on market, Costa Mesa's median is 12 days, Orange is 16. Both closed at 100% of asking. Both markets move fast, there's no story in a 4-day difference, and I'd rather tell you a number is meaningless than dress it up. Here's what actually happens when you buy inside a historic district, and it's the reason I'd rather you hear this from a broker who's also an attorney. Buying in a designated historic district is not the same as buying a house that happens to be old. There can be review requirements for exterior changes, what you're allowed to do to the front of the house, the windows, the roof line. I'm not going to give you Orange's specific rules on camera. They change and they're property specific. What I will tell you is to ask before you write the offer, not after. If your plan is to get it and put in black window frames and a modern front elevation, find out what's permitted first. That question doesn't usually surface until someone says the words design review and you're already in escrow. Costa Mesa doesn't have that layer. In most neighborhoods, you're dealing with ordinary city permitting. Weather is the piece people underestimate until they've lived through a summer. The coast moderates Costa Mesa. Gray mornings in May and June, cooler afternoons, and the ocean does a lot of the temperature work for you. Orange gets less of that. It runs hotter in the afternoon, and you'll use air conditioning in a way you won't near the water. Some people want that. If you moved here from somewhere with real weather, a gray June morning at the coast may not be what you signed up for. Inland gives you an actual summer. The drive's the other half of it. Getting to the beach from Orange is a decision you make. From Costa Mesa, it's 15 minutes at most, and you don't think about it. If you're at the water twice a summer, you're paying $340,000 for 12 miles you aren't using. If you're there every weekend or every day, that math may look completely different to you. Where you spend your weekdays matters as much as where you spend your weekends. Orange sits closer to the center of the county. The 5, the 22, the 55, and the 57 all run through or alongside it. The 55 and the 22 and the 57 converge near downtown Orange at the interchange everybody calls the Orange Crush. 3 freeways, more than 30 routes, 13 bridges that cuts both ways. Getting to Central or North County from Orange is easy. It's also why traffic in that part of the city is what it is. Costa Mesa is closer to the edge. Being near the coast means at the end of the map. That's excellent if the coast is where you want to be, and less excellent if you have to drive north every morning. Neither city is the better one. They're built for different lives. You pick Orange if you want a downtown you can walk, older housing with character, more land for the money, your life points north or inland, and heat doesn't bother you. Now, when I say heat, I'm not talking Texas heat. I'm talking Orange County heat, just so we're clear. You pick Costa Mesa if the water isn't a bonus, but the point. Weekly habit, not an idea. If you want the Newport Beach and Huntington Beach borders without those prices, if you want new construction in the mix, if you'd rather have several areas with several personalities than one historic center, the $340,000 price is the difference. If you're moving to Orange County and you want help figuring out which of these fits you, that's the work I do. Email, call, or text me Everything is in the description. My website is DonovanBlattRealty.com. The free Costa Mesa relocation guide is down there as well. And if you'd rather talk through your situation directly, you can book a call with me. And if you're moving somewhere else entirely, I have a strong network of agents I trust across the country. Wherever you're headed, I can help you get the right person in your corner. One more thing, in the comments, tell me where you want me to film next. I've got a list, but I'd rather work off of yours. If this was useful, please subscribe. I post every Thursday at 7 p.m. and what I cover is what it's really like to live here in Orange County. I'm Christine Donovan, Donovan Blatt Realty, Clarity First, Strategy that sells. And I'll see you in the next one.